In 2019, Silver Palms, Florida was the perfect suburban dream. Palm-lined streets, trimmed lawns, and neighbors who waved but rarely talked. Every month came the HOA newsletter, packed with events, tips, and one puzzling feature everyone loved, the crossword on page 7. But this month's crossword felt different. Something about the clues, the answers felt darker, more intentional. As residents filled in the blanks, a chilling pattern emerged. Words like drown, fire, and stab stared back at them. Just 2 weeks later, Harold Green was found dead in his pool. To most, it seemed accidental, but the puzzle told another story. Whispers spread like wildfire. Those who had solved the puzzle remembered the clue, and what came next. A meeting was called. The newsletter in hand, neighbors began piecing together what no one wanted to admit. Someone was leaving messages. Leonard Briggs, the soft-spoken editor behind every issue, kept to himself. A retired librarian with a passion for puzzles and privacy. Inside his quiet home, Leonard printed the next issue. The crossword was done, and the next clue, burn, was already in place. 1 week after the drowning, flames tore through Marjorie Clark's home. The fire consumed everything, except the fear already spreading. Among the ashes, a half-melted newsletter lay in the mailbox. Its crossword burned at the edges, but the word burn still visible. On a folded HOA roster, someone had crossed out her name in red ink, just like Harold's, as if following a plan. Clue number 9 now reads slice. Alongside drown and burn, the puzzle felt less like a game and more like a prophecy. The local news barely scratched the surface. Another death in a quiet HOA, but no signs of foul play, at least not officially. In Silver Palms, security systems flew off shelves. Neighbors stopped talking. The fear was real, and the puzzle still unsolved. Back inside his study, Leonard typed with eerie calm. Sharp solution to silence a snoop. 5 letters. He already knew the answer. And as the final letters filled the grid, the word slice stared back. The next clue. The next victim. Already chosen. The third victim, Carl DeWitt, was found in his garage, throat slashed, puzzle clutched in hand. The killer wasn't hiding anymore. On the floor, a blood-stained crossword. The word slice circled in red. This was no longer speculation. It was a pattern. The HOA board brought in John Mercer, a retired homicide detective with nothing left to prove and nothing to lose. Mercer solved the puzzle like a crime scene. A diagonal message read, "Next is chair." His guts sank. Someone was planning again. Chair could mean anything or anyone. But most feared it meant HOA chairwoman Beth Langley, and she was already on edge. 2 mornings later, a plain package appeared on her doorstep. No label, no return address, just a feeling of something deeply wrong. Inside the box, an old puzzle book. On the first page, written in black ink, "For you, final round." From behind half-closed curtains, Leonard watched her read it. No emotion, no reaction, just quiet satisfaction as his game continued. Residents awoke to the final edition of the newsletter. The crossword looked normal, but it was anything but. Diagonal clues spelled guilty, library, and Leonard. The killer was hiding in plain sight, and he wanted to be found. Mercer worked through the night, matching clues to crimes. Every victim, every word, every grid led back to one name. Inside Leonard's home was a wall of puzzles, photos, and victims. This wasn't a game. It was a masterpiece in blood. Leonard hit print on the last edition. Calm, precise. He already knew what would happen next, and who would fall. During the HOA board meeting, Chairwoman Beth gasped, clutched her chest, and collapsed, just like the crossword had warned. Within hours, SWAT swarmed Leonard's house. The door crashed open, but the man behind the puzzles didn't run. He was waiting. On his desk sat one final puzzle. The letters spelled, "I did it." A confession. No words, just squares and ink. Silver Palms grew quiet again, but no one ever touched a crossword puzzle after that. The chair on Leonard's porch stayed empty.